In this video, we will be solving this system of polynomial equations. So, one of the easiest ways to solve a system of equations is substitution, especially when you already have y by itself. So, since y equals negative x plus 1, I should be able to take negative x plus 1 and substitute it for y in the other equation. That makes this equation become negative x plus 1 is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. So I need to get 0 on one side, so I'm going to add x and subtract 1 from both sides. So I'm going to add x and subtract 1. That gives me 0 is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 5. So I am going to factor this. So that's going to give me x squared is x times x. 5 can only be factored as 5 times 1. Inner plus outer equals middle. Inner I have 5x. Outer I have 1x. That does make 6x if I just leave them positive, which makes positive 5, by the way, so that's good. So now that we have factored it, we can find the solutions by setting each factor equal to 0. So if I set x plus 5 equal to 0, I get x equals negative 5. If I set x plus 1 equal to 0, I get x equals negative 1. Now, when you have a system of equations, y equals this, y equals that, we're not just looking for x values. We're looking for ordered pairs, x's and y's. So right now we just have x's. So if you looked at this in table form, we have an x value of negative 5 and another x value of negative 1. But we need the y values that go with them. So one thing you can do is use the one of the two equations to find the y values. So I'm going to use the easy one. Y is equal to negative x plus 1. Okay, so that means y is equal to negative 5 plus 1. That's positive 5 plus 1, so that would be 6. And let's see, that means this y will equal negative x plus 1. That's negative 1 plus 1. So that's positive 1 plus 1, so that's 2. Alright, so that means the answers are negative 5, 6, and negative 1, comma 2. So let's see, which ordered pair is in the solution set? I see negative 5, 6 is the only one of these that is also one of these. So the answer is 2, item number 2. Real quick, on this particular problem, it was so easy that I could just use, hold on, it was easy enough for me to just find the y values by hand, the way I did. But I want to make clear that if you had a more complicated y equation, you might use your calculator by doing negative x plus 1, right? Imagine this was something more complicated, to where doing it by hand would be tricky. I would put the calculator in Ask X mode instead of auto, by highlighting that and hitting enter. Okay, I'll just delete these. So my x values were negative 5 and negative 1. So I could type in negative 5 and negative 1. And the calculator will just give me the y values that go with those x values, the 6 and the 2 that I got by hand. The calculator will do that for you if you ever need that service.